Okay, so here we are. I want to thank my dad for doing this, Theodore Willis. A lot of times when we talk about health and healthcare, especially in the Black community, it's kind of like the secret that we don't tell each other as much as we should and be as transparent as we should so we can understand the risks we have. So I'm blessed with the opportunity to talk to my dad about these things for the African American Community Partnership Group. I'm the co-chair of that group, and the African American or the AACPG is a community needs driven effort to help African American communities work through and overcome disparities in our communities. And we're trying to give the tools and the education for self care. This month, we're doing the AACPG is doing Cancer Awareness Initiative. And the purpose of that is to provide a source of hope for those going through or that have gone through some of the stories that we're going to talk about. And Dad, we're hoping that you can kind of give a sense of understanding to those family members who may have somebody going through this and they don't know what to do or don't know what to say, or how do you even support somebody when they're going through some of the questions that you've been through on your journey. So once again, I'm here with my dad, Theodore Willis, 23 years retired military, Navy, and 26 years with the FAA. He has 4 kids and 11 grandkids, which sounds kind of heavy when we talk about that. And just wanted to start off with, really, is there anything else that you feel like people should know about you, or do you want them to know?
Maybe a little bit. I was born in New Orleans, raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. So, hey, I know how it feels down south, hot and sweaty. But now I live in Mount Prospect, Illinois. My journey through the military eventually took me to the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, and I finally settled here in Illinois. Been doing this for 26 years. So, but I still love gumbo even here.
I'm sure. So what we wanted to talk about was your cancer journey, and starting with maybe some of the symptoms, or how did the connection get made between you and cancer?
Totally by accident. I had back surgery back in 2015. And follow up to that, I was seeing my orthopedist and taking x-rays or CAT scans to make sure the back surgery was progressing as it should for his healing and fusing of the spine. During one of those sessions, they took CAT scan and they found a spot on lung. And they told me, hey, there's something going on here. Maybe you should see your doctor. You're a primary care person, doctor. So I saw the primary care. He got very concerned. So he had me go get some more tests done. After several months, they did confirm finally that, yes, there was a spot on my lung. And they thought it was worth investigating. So they did a biopsy and they said, okay, yes, it is cancerous. So it was a bit frightening at first because this was confirmed in June of 2016. My primary care looked through all the doctors that he knew and researched their histories, and he recommended that I go to Northwestern, downtown Chicago. They did some additional tests, and it was confirmed that was cancer. And then in September of 2016, my doctor, Dr. DeCamp, went in and he removed my right lower lobe. But all the time prior to that, thank my family, wife and the kids, because I finally told them about it. And so everybody was very supportive. Kept me from going totally insane there and worrying about that cancer. From primary diagnosis, there's a spot here, and then the final decision to go ahead and do the operation in September. That has worked out okay. I've been back several times because, well, you get like every 6 months, You have to go back for the first year, and then after you go beyond that, then they extend the time. So right now I'm on the 3 year interval. And when I get to the 5 year interval and there's nothing wrong, then I'm released. They don't have to keep an eye on me anymore.
Okay.
So still going back. But at the same time that they did the cancer surgery on my lung, they noted something on my kidney. And they've been keeping track of that. It was less than a centimeter, and it grew to 2 centimeters. Now it's grown to 3 centimeters. So I'm about to go back in again for another surgery in probably another month. The doctor's watching it. So I guess my next appointment with him will be later this month, my birthday month.
Wow.
So, well, this one I'm not so scared of as I was the first one, but cancer's serious. You need to be seen by your doctors. Let your family know that they can be part of your support group, definitely to keep you from jumping off the rails, really worrying and thinking how bad this is.
Yeah.
So that's the next step. But I had one other thing that you might be interested in.
Mhm.
This was back in the late 70s. I had another bout with something that could have become cancerous, and you might chime in. The gentleman, those one who played Black Panther,
Mhm.
had colon cancer. Well, I
Yeah.
had the precursor to colon cancer. I had ulcerative colitis, and it took them about 5 years of constant testing to finally diagnose what I had and give me the regimen or the meds to take care of that, because that has been controlled now for about 15, 20 years now. It's under control. Although you occasionally have little flare ups, but the meds are working. So that's keeping me from having my ulcerative colitis turn into colon cancer.
Uh,
So, hey, it's been a strange journey and it's still going on.
yeah.
Still have to keep fighting.
With
And
the if I can ask you about the lung cancer, because really, was there a denial point of that? Because you're not a smoker or anything like that. The things that you would kind of think would contribute to it.
it had been 45 years since I had smoked a cigarette. So I can only guess maybe back then when I was smoking, it left something that was dormant until it finally turned into a spot in the lung and cancer. So don't smoke cigarettes. Don't even vape.
Right.
But that's what it is. Like I said, it was found totally by accident. I was going in for a different procedure, and they found a spot on the lung, in which turned out to be cancerous. But the lungs are doing fine now. Of course, it's 75% of total capacity because one lower lobe was removed,
Yeah.
but doing okay.
What were the things that you used to kind of, I mean, this is like your third kind of scare, even though one of them wasn't cancer, it still was this precursor you talked about. Um,
Mhm.
through this, what did you do, or is it part of your military training to stay tough? Like, what was it that kept you like encouraged and kept your head up?
That from talking to the medical specialists and talking to family and spouse, I maintained a good spirit and said, even the doc saying, this is not the end. We're going to get this out of you. You're going to go ahead on,
Yeah,
continue on. It's not a death sentence. It can be it can be cured. So I
yeah.
guess it all worked.
It sounds like you had some good doctors along the way then.
Yeah, I still have that same primary care. I've been with him for over 20 years, and he does care. Yeah, he does care, and he's a heart specialist. So my high blood pressure is taken care of by him too. Another another African American disease is always you have to always watch out for.
Yeah. So, what advice do you have for anybody who's kind of going through this journey? Maybe they just got diagnosed, or maybe they're having symptoms, or they're not quite sure, just something doesn't feel like it used to feel. What do you think?
Keep close contact, communications with your medical professional. Talk to your family. They can help you, stand up with you, help you through this journey through this unknown or scared graveyard thing. That didn't come out to cancel that one.
We'll edit that out.
Edit that out. Now, your family can help you through this journey to help you get better and reach the other side and be healthy, enjoy life, enjoy the family. But
Yeah.
definitely family support and listening to and taking the advice of your medical professional.
Yeah, that sounds solid. Those are things we hear all the time. It's just really us doing it. So you need to have regular checkups with your doctor. You need to pay attention to how you feel. You need to be open and honest with your family so they know what's going on with you, just in case you need that extra support.
Yes, absolutely.
Sounds
That's
good.
what got me through it. That's what got me through. Because when they told me I had lung cancer, the big C, I was really bouncing off the walls. But I got calmed down. It took a few weeks for me to calm down. But like I said, talking to medical professionals and the support from the wife and the family got me through it.
Okay. So we wanted to kind of wrap up on a happy note. And are there any things now that bring you joy?
I still enjoy the job.
Yeah.
I love my family. Seeing the kids grow up, seeing the grandkids grow up, and the grandkids treating their parents like their parents used to treat us.
Yeah.
How does it feel now?
Goes around, goes around. Yeah. Well, thank you, Dad. Thank you for taking the time to share your story, and just, being transparent. And I don't know if you knew the history of your parents, but it really feels it feels good to know the history of mine and know what you're going through. And it's just that testimony and the strength that you have to get through this stuff is strength you had to have passed down to me. So, I thank you for that too. I thank you for that too. So, thank you, and I love you.
I love you too. Your grandmother was really strong, and your grandfather, he was a strong man also, but he died rather, well, no, he was middle aged. He also had cancer of the lungs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Paris, Champagne. What's your
Yeah,
grandfather? On your grandmother's. So, hey, you got some good genes hanging in there somewhere.
yeah. Well, thanks, Dad.
All
We
right, man. Take
appreciate,
care.
and the organization appreciates it, and I definitely appreciate your time.
All right, man. You take care.
Bye
Say hi
bye.
all the kids. Bye bye.
Good thing.